paying 1 million naira for a visa that you've not gotten. And you see that the UK government, they don't really have money. Your youth mobility visa would increase from 470 to 776 pounds. You get, if you've been reading your proof of funds, like I mentioned, they might refuse the visa. You just use black market rate to do your POF. But how do you pay for IHS? How do you pay for visa fee from Nigeria? At that time when I was in Nigeria, I had access to a card that was in pounds. When it comes to paying with a naira card, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You guys, my name is Chi Dominica. If this is the first time you're seeing my face, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and join the family. Okay, so I just relocated to the UK. I made a video recently on how I got my UK visa from Nigeria. So you guys, I got some questions from that video that I'm also going to be answering in this video, but I'm going to be talking about the recent changes that Home Office just announced, that Prime Minister just announced to us. He said from next year, I think they're going to increase majority of these fees, you know, your IHS and your visa fees. Let me give you guys a breakdown, or rather I would give you guys a breakdown. I have my system here. I'm going to be talking about that, and also I'm going to be telling you guys how to, you know, calculate your proof of funds. I've gotten that question from my last video, how to calculate your proof of funds, how to pay for your IHS from Nigeria, your IHS and your visa fee, how to pay for it from Nigeria. Okay, so those are the things I'm going to be discussing in this video. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so you guys, now this is a proposed update. Okay, they've not changed it yet. The fees are still the same way they are, like at the moment, the same amount I paid. If you're applying right now in July 2023, you're still going to pay the same amount, but they're saying from next year they would increase IHS from 624 pounds to 135 pounds per year. If you watch my previous video, you remember that I said your IHS is not fixed. Okay, you can calculate it, so just know that you'll be swinging around this range. And now the current rate for pounds to naira is like 1,000, so it means you're going to pay 1 million naira for a visa that you've not gotten. Anyways, you can get back your IHS fee. There's that part. And for the fact that you're coming here, you know, there's a very high chance you might not use your IHS. IHS is the money you pay, you know, so that when you want to go to the hospital, when you want to buy drugs, you can access it at NHS cost, which is free of charge to, you know, a little bit of pounds, okay, which ranges from FOC to a little bit of pounds if you want to buy drugs and all of that good stuff. So it's like, is it that the UK government, they don't really have money, or they just want to milk immigrants, or they don't want us to come? I mean, you can look at it from so many different angles. Now, the visas, the work and visit visa, they said it's going to go up by 15%. Your student visa, your ILR application fee, those ones are going to go up by 20%. Your youth mobility visa would increase from 470 to 776 pounds. You guys, so it's like, wow, this proposed increase is like, it's giving me, if you guys don't want us to come again, tell us. Because I mean, a British person would travel, you know, with their, what's it called, the benefits that they have on their passport. They don't have to apply for visas. As if applying for visa is not enough, you now want to increase the fees because, you know, they are losing money. They are looking for money to, you know, solve their own problems. So they decided that immigrants will help them solve the problem. And that is because they know that people will always migrate. So for me, it's unfair. It's unfair. Anyways, what I want you guys to take out of this video is, if you have plans of, you know, jackpot, the earlier the better, because they're about to increase the money. Okay, now let's talk about proof of funds, you guys. So someone reached out to me and the person is like, okay, we all know that since we got a new president in Nigeria, a lot of things changed. Now, one of the things that changed is the fact that the black market rate is now the same with your CBN rates, or basically they are now in the same level. Now, so when I traveled, which I guess is the reason why this person asked me this question, when I traveled, the POF that I used at the time, I usually convert my money using something called Wanda Converter. I'm going to put it here on the screen. That's the exchange rate that the Home Office will use when they are processing your visa. So the POF I used at the time, it wasn't at, you know, pounds has always been 900, close to 1,000 for a while now in the black market, naira something. But my POF, I didn't calculate it at that rate. As at that time, Wanda was like 500 and something. Okay, but I used 600 to calculate my POF. So let's say, for instance, the Home Office, they needed to see, let's say, 10 million naira in my account. if I use 600, it means that would give them like 16,000 pounds thereabouts. Okay, and maybe they needed to see, let's say not 10 million naira, let's say they needed to see 12,000 pounds. So it was more, if you get what I mean. But now if you want to put 16,000 pounds in your account, you have to use the current Rwanda rate as at today, as at time I'm filming this video, is 8,017. So it means you need to put over 16 million naira in your account. So if you've been building your proof of funds, like I mentioned in my last video, you need to build your proof of funds for over 28 days. If you've been building it with the previous rates, you need to go and start afresh to build it again and add more money. So imagine you're saying, you budgeted that you want to show Home Office 10 million. You have to go and look for another 6 million to put there, because your new president has said, or has made it in a way that both black market and CBN rates will be the same. So the person that was asking me this question said, should they start afresh to build your POF? Please start afresh to build your POF. If you've started, just to be on the safer side. But I heard, emphasis on I heard, I'm not an immigration officer, neither do I work for Home Office. I heard that if you've already sent in your application before this change was made, that they will use the old rate at the time. Now my question is, I'm not sure how they're supposed to decide what rates at the time that they would use. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense, because it's like the rates used to fluctuate, right? So except they're just going to put like a baseline rate for older applications and users, because imagine they made this change while someone like me, while my application was still with them. Two things are going to happen. Is either they're going to send it back, which means they might refuse the visa, or they would use the old rate like I heard, which means the visa will still go through. So if you've not yet sent in your application, please change your POF. If you've sent it in, you can only but wait and pray and hope that they would use the old rate. Because if we are to use this current rate, a lot of us, the money that maybe you might put in your account, it won't be up to, because I used to advise people, don't put excess. I don't think Home Office want to see less than 10 million naira in my account, and I'll go and show them an account that has up to 16 million. I don't even want to do that. I used to tell people, do not put excess, do not put too little. Just, if they want to see 8 million, put 12. If they want to see 10, put 14, 13, like that. Like, that's what I would personally advise. Plus or minus 4 million naira for UK, for UK visa. If you've sent in your application and you know that based on these current rates, it would not, it would not tally, it would not be up to, do not be afraid. Just wait. Let's hear what they will say. Okay. Now, moving forward, I don't even think, even if it ever goes back to what it used to be before, personally, I used to advise people that you should just use black market rate to do your POF. But I know it's easier said than done, because a lot of persons would not want to wait, or should I say, would not want to wait till they get up to that black market rate to send in theirs. Like I just stated in this video, the what's it called, the bank statement I sent to Home Office for my own self when I did my own visa. This visa I used to come right now because it was my personal account. I didn't wait for black market rate, or rather, should I say, it wasn't at black market rates. I used 600, and pounds was like naira and something at that point in time. I calculated the money using 600. Of course, I didn't put the exact amount of money that they're looking for. I added, some sums to it. So moving forward, just try and gather your POF using the black market rate. You can still check Rwanda, but these days Rwanda and black market rates, they are tallying. So whatever it is that booking in your corner is telling you that the rate is, that is what you should use to calculate your POF. Okay. Now, one other question somebody asked me is, how do they pay for IHS? How do they pay for visa fee from Nigeria? How did I pay for my own? Okay, so I didn't pay for my IHS and visa fee with the same credit card. That's how I know that there are different options. Okay, so you can either use a domiciliary account, which in my case, I did not have any domiciliary account. I use my father's one. Okay, my dad has a domiciliary account, so I use his ATM card. There's that part. I also personally, because I was not in the country now, so I have a foreign account. Okay, I lived in the Caribbean. I've got like Caribbean accounts that is not in naira that can make such payments for me. That is in my case. So you don't have a domiciliary account, you don't know anybody who has one, you don't have a foreign account. I even also had access to a pounds card, ATM card. So I had so many options to pay. As at that time when I was in Nigeria, I had access to a card that was in pounds. When it comes to paying with a naira card, because I guess the person asking me probably has a naira card, I do not think I have not heard of anybody who paid visa fees, IHS using Naira card. I've not heard. So what a couple of persons will do, I think that is why they go and reach out to agents, because obviously the same way I have ways to pay it, maybe agents would have. If you don't have somebody who has a dumb account, you don't have somebody who has a foreign account, I'm not sure how you would go about it, to be honest. Recently I had to volunteer myself to pay for a student who just gained admission here in the UK. The person is coming to study, and the person is like, I don't have a foreign account, I cannot pay. And I'm like, okay, no problem. That is why I'm here on YouTube. Send me your details, I would help you to pay the money. That was the very first time somebody asked me to do something like that, which gave me, actually that person even asked, which gave me the insight that, okay, if somebody should reach out to me with this problem, I can assist. So recently another person messaged me and I'm like, okay, I've paid for somebody before, all you need to do is send me the money. Now I'm not saying, oh, I'll pay for every single person that reaches out to me because I mean, it might not be easy for people, someone to just say, take my money and pay for me. I'm not saying, oh, if you come to me, I'll pay for you. If you need to exhaust, if you don't have any other means that you can pay it, you can reach out to me. But for me, those are the methods that I know that people pay their IHS and their visa fees. Sometimes people who are coming over to the UK, they have family members already in the UK and they just wire the money to them. They pay with their pounds card and all of that good stuff. And somebody can pay for you. They just need to log in, because nobody wants to give you their card details. So you have to give them your application details and they'll pay for you. I've even had friends who, they are travel agents and they've reached out to me before to use my foreign cards, while I was in the Caribbean self, to pay for their visa fees and all of that good stuff. So if you want to pay it, it has to be a foreign account or a DOM account. If you're watching this video and maybe you have other means or other methods of paying it, maybe a different type of card, a Nigerian bank or a particular bank that you can pay such amount of money. I mean, I just listed how much IHS is on this channel, so you can also let us know in the comment section. But so far so good. Those are the ways I know that you can pay it. So I'm going to wrap up this video here. If you're looking to come over to the UK, I would strongly advise that you keep going and you do it now. Okay, if you don't let this whole black market rate demoralize you, because I personally know even family members, like people who were trying to come for September and they've now decided to start afresh to create their POF. I know friends who are trying to come in September and this thing has affected them. Some don't even have the money again to complete the whole POF issue, and they have to wait for January. And let me tell you something, if you have to wait till January, you just heard that they've released new fees that will take effect next year. So I would advise you, if there's a way to go around it and try to come this year, avoid deferring your admission, avoid deferring your travel plans. Please do so, because things keep changing. So guys, if you want to travel and this rate something has affected you, just keep going, because it won't get any better. I don't see it getting better anytime soon. Even if it does, it will take a miracle, which we will be very much grateful for. But you cannot just sit back, relax and be like, oh, okay, maybe the rates will come down or something, or like give up when you've already started or when you're planning to start, or just keep deferring your admission. So many things can come up. Okay, so many things can come up. The UK Home Office, you don't hold them like what's the word right now, they're unstable. The word is unstable. Okay, so they can come up with something tomorrow, it might favor you, it might not favor you. So if you want to move, my candid advice would be to just move and calculate your POF using black market rates from now henceforth. Okay, thank you so much guys. Please like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, ask questions. If you have any more questions that you have for me, just send it to my email. I'm going to put this right here on the screen. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure you like and share and subscribe to the channel. Okay, bye guys.